What is up, Instagram Live? Nice to see you all. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, wherever in the world you're tuning in from. Glad you are here. We are working through our 10 Thoughts series. Let's see, where were we? Thought number 1 was big wins versus consistent growth. Thought number 2 was doubling down on your core business, if you remember that. Thought number 3 was focusing on the best ROI projects. Thought number 5 was the odds. How do we move the odds in your favor? Thought number 6 was keeping the customers you have as one way to grow your business. I just did a series or a webinar, an online training. It's recorded now. If you go to, High Performance 100, so 100, so highperformance100.com. It'll take you to the training page of my website. If you scroll down, there's 2 new online trainings there. You can go into the high performance one, which talks about sleep, nutrition, exercise, mindfulness, movement, breathing to activate high performance. And if you scroll down a little further, you'll see the business growth one. If you click the online training button, you'll see the one where I talk about 10 ways to grow your business. It's absolutely free to attend. It's about an hour and 19 minute long. And someone gave me a great compliment after they watched it. They said, this is better than most people's paid programs. I just wanted to thank you for putting this together. So if you want to check out 10 ways to grow your business, go to highperformance100.com, scroll down, look for the online training, and you can attend that anytime you'd like online. You just have to opt in, and it'll tell you the dates and times it's running. So thought number 7, this one's really important. The concept of thought number 7 here is, for most of us, if we're doing something that's working, if your business has momentum, if you're doing pretty good in life, you're healthy, you're happy for the most part, your relationship's working, everything's good, then the key of step number 7 is you don't necessarily have to do more really smart stuff. What you do need to do is avoid doing any dumb stuff. Now, I hope this makes sense, because a lot of people I've sat with, a lot of people I've talked to, when we're working together, they're always looking for their next $1 million idea, their next moonshot idea, their next thing that's going to 10x, 100x, 1000x everything they're doing, the next thing that's going to double up, triple up, quadruple up, 10x, 5x, 100x stuff. Now, I don't know about you, but I've certainly been in that process. And just by raise of hands, have any of you done this, where you're always looking for the next thing, the next thing, the next thing? And even when you're looking for the next thing, if you stop for a minute and you look around, you realize what you have going on right now in your business, let's say, is actually really good. There is no reason to give up what you have right now only to try to 10x it. And what's interesting, a lot of people royally screw up what they have because they're so concerned with trying to multiply it in the future. Now, someone's asking a great question. What do you do to get started from the ground up? That is a great question, and that is highly dependent on what you're trying to do. I can give you the simplest formula, which is a 3-part process I live by. Number 1, you gotta learn what it takes to be successful. I talked about in an earlier section on here, putting together your personal PhD. What does that mean? On average, it takes about 12 years to get a PhD in something. So if you're taking something from the ground up, I would say first, put together your personal PhD on the subject. Now, some people graduate early, some people graduate late. It can take as long as you want it to, but the key is you have to immerse yourself. Books, courses, classes, certifications, degrees, online training, in-person trainings. Find a mentor, find a guide, find a coach. Find someone who's done it, and find people that laid the path for you. And what you're going to do is you're going to learn what works. As you discover what works, you're going to do step number 2, which is you're going to live it. You're going to apply it as you learn it. You're going to take it, immediately apply it. Take it, immediately apply it. Take it, immediately apply it. you'll start to notice what gets results and what doesn't. And then you want to fine tune it. You want to start to craft not only what works, but what works for you. What works in your world, in your situation, in your city, in your demographic, with the people you work with, in the situations you deal with. And you want to start to carve and craft and hone and mold what works for you. And then the third piece is once you find out what works, pay it forward. Share it with someone else around you and see if you can help them produce the result too, so that they can level up and be in the same moment as you. And so that would be what I would do if you're starting from the ground up. Number one, put together your personal PhD program and figure out what it takes. Like learn, study, really just gobble up as much information as possible of what it takes to succeed in what you're trying to do. 2, live it, fully apply it, and get the results you really desire and deserve. 3, pay it forward and help others do the same. Now, for those of you who are just starting, use that formula. For those of you who already have momentum going, one thing you're going to really want to do is take time to write down what are your quarterly objectives. Hey, nice to see you. What are the things you're doing that are really working? What are the things we talked about focusing on your core business? We talked about, which one was it? Focusing on your best ROI projects, number 3 of this series. If you need to go back and watch it, go to jrctv.com. That's our YouTube channel. Look for the 10 thoughts. Look for day 3, and it'll talk about focusing on the biggest ROI projects. So when you're focusing on those and they're working, you have momentum. The biggest thing that could totally screw everything up is getting sidetracked by a bunch of other stuff that pops up. And so the key here is at that point, you don't have to do more good stuff. You have to defend what you're doing against everything else that's a distraction, everything else that's randomly exciting, everything else that seems cool, and oh my gosh, I'm never going to get one of those again. And the truth is, great ideas are everywhere. You can always go back and do it again. The key is you really want to lock it in and realize you have to stay focused if you want forward momentum. I hope this is helpful. I hope you enjoy this. Again, 2 things. If you want to do the high performance training, sleep, nutrition, exercise, mindfulness, movement, go to High Performance 100. So highperformance100.com. It'll take you to the training page of my website. Scroll down, look for the human performance section, click the online training button, and there's a free 60-minute online training on that there. If you want to focus on business growth, go to High Performance. I think if you go to highperformance200.com, it'll take you straight to the business growth page, and you can check that out. It's an hour and 19-minute training of 10 ways to grow your business. So have fun with those, kick some butt. I'll see you all tomorrow for number 8 of our 10 thought series here. Have fun, have a great night. Talk to y'all later.